Okay, putting the wheel back together. It's mounted, balanced, pressurized 40 pounds. So first thing I'm going to do is put some grease around the seal lips on here. And then we put our bushing back in there. And on this side, we have our rubber pieces that go in here. Okay, and we put a little bit of grease around this seal. We don't want grease all over the rubber. We just want to get around this seal here. Stick this back in here. Just like that. And then a little grease around these seal lips. Now we're ready to slide it in and put our axle in. Although the axle, you should put a real light coating of grease on the axle. Don't need much, just enough to keep it from corroding. Now, we've got to get this in there. Then we have the other bracket on the other side that has to get in. This bracket has to go into the other side. Now there is a notch on the frame right in here where this slides onto. So that slides over that notch on the frame, and then the axle slides through there. Make sure the spacers stay in place. Probably be easier to put something underneath that tire. Go ahead and slide the tire forward. We'll work the belt around on there. is not easy. And then getting that one in place. Get the axle started on this side. Just relieve the pressure and then that axle slide right through there, and then get this and lined up. And there she goes. Everything's in the right spot. Our spacers, both of our spacers are in there. The belt is on. We're not lined up, but the axle is pushed through. Now we'll pull that out. Now, get our washer and our axle nut. And hopefully you didn't mess up the threads in the process. They're pretty strong, but you still want to be careful with them. I just want to snug this up here. Just going to kind of pull that back against the belt, snug up that left side on this adjusting nut. Now, that belt, of course, the tension is not anywhere near correct on that belt, but I want to get it a little bit tense, and then adjust the wheel for to make sure it's straight. All right, as you can see it there, very good. But right there are notches on the frame and a notch on the top of the adjusting loop there that goes around the axle. So, and it's got the same notches on the other side. So you can get the wheel adjusted the same on both sides in order to make it straight. Okay, 17 millimeter on the adjusting nut. Now, okay. Huh. Okay, so we need to adjust our belt deflection. That's what this little tool is for. And on the Kawasaki, it's got a little window there with notches on it. And we set this little one here for 10 pounds of pressure. And then this one you can use to measure. So we want about 1/8 of an inch deflection. And you do that with a cold belt. So pay attention to where the mark is at the belt. And then apply 10 pounds of pressure. And see where we're at. See right there, we're going from one mark up past the next one, so it's a little bit loose. So we'll tighten it up a little bit. And if you got the alignment set up, just turn each side the same amount. And it doesn't take much. And sometimes when you tighten down the axle, it'll actually tighten it a little bit more. So I'm just going to go with about a 1/4 turn. And then we'll check it. Okay, that's about the length of one notch here. So we'll take this and we will adjust it to 80 foot-pounds. And we'll have to put back up on the other side. Keep that axle from turning. All right. Wow, okay. And we are actually lined up for one of the holes for the cotter pin. So if you're not quite lined up on the hole for cotter pin, take it to the next, just take it just a little bit further to the next hole. You've got 2 holes going across in this, so you shouldn't be that far from a hole. Now, once you get that tightened down, we'll get these good and snug on the lock nuts, or in the adjusting nuts. And then we'll put our lock nuts down to keep that from changing. Okay. Once we get everything put back together, we'll take it for a ride, and then we'll see if that belt needs to be adjusted again. A lot of times you have to check that belt a couple times to get it just right. Now the manual always says to use a new cotter pin every time, but realistically you can reuse it a couple times probably before you have to buy another one. But if it's not, if it feels like it's going to break or it doesn't feel good, just put a new one in. I don't happen to have a new one, and this one is still pretty good shape, so I'm not going to worry about it. Alright, now we got the cotter pin in there. Bend that over. Brakes. Our bracket bolt and our sensor bolt. Now the brakes, hopefully, will slide back over there if they didn't get too far out of whack. There it goes. Now we'll check the manual and see what torque setting is supposed to be. Sensor. Alright. Rear caliper mounting bolts. 25 foot-pounds. Put our adapter, our torque wrench, and then we'll tighten these down to spec. There we go.